Yo, what is up, 2K family? 2K Mechanic back with another video for y'all. And in this video, we're going to go over the updated badge cost list. I had somebody on Twitter, or formerly known as Twitter X, hit me up. We went back and forth, asked a few questions. He asked how I got mine, and I asked him to show me how he got his spreadsheets. So long story short, the badge costs are height capped for certain badges. Not all badges, but for certain badges, there are height requirements that you see here in height caps. Of course, you know, in 2K fashion, that's what they normally do. Before we get into that, make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell, because we're going to be posting daily 2K content for the foreseeable future. All right, y'all. So this is the updated spreadsheet here. And you know, you might as well take screenshots here and put it in your phone until I have the updated graphics. That's gonna take me a little bit to do. The updated graphics is gonna take me a little bit to do. So I'm gonna have it done before I go to sleep though. So it'll be there for you guys in the morning. But anyway, let's get into it. So, and let me give a shout out to, I think it's, let me see. Is he? It's Munted. I think that's Munted. That's Munted. This guy here, go show this guy some love. He had a badge spreadsheet and he showed it to me. He showed me how he got it. And basically let me bring this back up. Basically, he just kind of went in the app. You guys can do this as well. He went in the app and looked at different heights, looked at weights and stuff like that. So weight and wingspan don't matter. It's all height capped, right? So as you can see here, if we look at a badge like Layup Mixmaster, 6'6" and below, let's go all the way up to 6'6". Boom, 6'6" is still, it has what I call like a B tier. And then if we go up one more, boom, we go one more, it moves it to like a C tier. All right. So it's really, yeah. So 6'7" through 7 foot makes it a B tier. So you can go through the app and just double check your badges for whatever build you make. But I went through most of these. So if some of them are wrong, let me know. I'm kind of leaning on Munted to make sure you did his due diligence. I checked most of them, but I didn't go through like some of the paint prodigies and rise ups. I didn't go through all of those. So you can double check those through the app and see if everything's correct, but I'm pretty sure everything should be up to date, especially with the heights. All right, so let's break it down. So finishing, pretty much your aerial wizard, float game, ghost stepper, hook specialist, all of those are pretty much the same no matter what the height is. A layup mixmaster, right? You got 6'6" and below, then you got 6'7" through 7 foot. Differences, paint prodigy has 3 different levels. You got the minimum that you can have is 6'4", 6'4" through 6'7". It is kind of a C tier. 1 through 5, paint prodigy from 6'8" and 6'9" is a B tier. And then you got your paint prodigy 6'10" and above. This is a tier badge, right? So there's 2 tiers for physical finisher. You got all the way down is 5'11" through 6'11" is a B tier. Physical finisher 7 foot and above is a C tier. So we got post powerhouse 6'5" through 6'7". So the minimum you can have this is 6'5". This is a C tier for 6'5" through 6'7". 6'8" and above, this turns into a B tier. Post spin catalyst, you can go as minimum 6'1". It's pretty much the same for each height. But you go a minimum, you can have this at a minimum of 6'1". I think the lowest you can go is 5'9", by the way. Posterizer is the same. You can get all the way up to 7'1". This is a B tier badge. Rise up has 3 levels as well. So you got 6'7" and below, which is a C tier. 6'8", 6'9", B tier. 6'10" and up is a tier. All right, let's go to the shooting. The max you can have arc cadence on is a 6'11", which is a B tier badge. No, it's A tier badge. Dead Eye A tier. Limitless range A tier. Mini marksman is a C tier, and you can only have this. I think you need to be. I think this is a 6'4" and under. 6'4" and under. So it's a C tier badge. Post fade phenom is a C tier badge. Not height cap. Quick trigger is an A tier badge. Set and fire is a B tier across the board. Smooth operator, you can have up to a max 6'11" height, is an A tier badge. And static MIDI, there's no height cap on this. It is a B tier badge. All right, moving on to defense. Defense, we have quite a few height requirements here. So ankle braces, you can get that all the way up to a 6'9". So if you have a lock, the tallest you could probably make your lock, on ball lock, is a 6'9". B tier badge, challenger is an A tier. You can have it all the way up to 6'11". Glove is a B tier badge. You can have that all the way on your 7-footer. So you got 2 levels of high flying denier. You got 6'6" and 6'7", which makes this a C tier badge. And then you got high flying denier 6'8" and above, turns into a B tier badge. All right, immovable enforcer is a C tier badge across the board. Interceptor is a B tier badge across the board. And off ball pest is, I think I had this wrong in the graphic in the previous thing. This is a C tier badge. I think I might have had it B tier in my previous chart. All right, paint controller, minimum you can have a paint controller is a 6'5". This is an A tier badge. Pick Dodger is an A tier badge. The max you can have this is a 6'10". Post lockdown, the lowest you can have this is a 6'5", all the way up to 6'7". This is a C tier badge. Post lockdown, 6'8" and above turns into a B tier badge. Seatbelt, all the way up to max 6'9" is an A tier badge. Wall up is also an A tier badge that you can only have at a minimum of 6'5". All right, rebounding. Height requirement is 6'3" for box out boss and breaker. Box out boss is a B tier badge. Breaker is an A tier badge that allows you to swim to get the rebound. Crasher, which is a offensive rebounding badge, is a tier. Possession closer is a defensive rebounding badge. This is A tier. Sink snatcher is a C tier across the board. All right, let's get into playmaking. We have ankle assassin all the way up to a max of 6'10", A tier. Bailout is an A tier across the board. Break starter is a C tier across the board. Dimer, C tier across the board. So I don't want to hear anybody talk about I don't have dimer. You should be able to have dimer unless you have under a 65 pass act. All right, handles for days. Max you can get handles for days is 7-footer. It's a B tier badge. Lightning launch is an A tier badge. The max you can have this is 6'11". Pace is a B tier badge. The max you can have this is 6'10". Strong handles, the minimum you can have this is 6'4". The highest you can have this is 6'11", which is a B tier badge. Unpluckable is A tier badge. Versatile visionary is a B tier badge. Last but not least is physicals. Physicals has 2 levels for brick wall. I think this is under 6'8" is a C tier badge. 6'8" and above is a tier badge. Okay. Wow. Let's just double check that real quick. We want to go 6'8", go small forward, 6'8". Let's look at the physicals. Yep. Brick wall. No. Brick wall should be this 5. Yeah. 3, 5, 6. This is an A tier badge if you're 6'8" and taller. All right. Bruiser, B tier badge all across the board. Flash, A tier badge across the board. Pogo stick for 6'7" and below is a C tier. Pogo for 6'8" and above is a B tier. Slippery off ball for 6'7" below is a B tier. Slippery off ball, which is basically 6'8" and 6'9", is a C tier, and workhorse is a B tier badge across the board. So shout out to That's Munted for letting me know and being positive about the back and forth and sharing his information and how he got his numbers. We were correct. We know there was tiers. It was just height capped. So we appreciate that. Like I said, I will create the graphics for this. It's going to take me a while to kind of go through and get all the right icons and all the other stuff like that. But I'll have it done by tonight. All right. So disregard the first video. This is the final edited version, unless somebody comes and say, hey, these were wrong. For right now, I believe these to be correct. So I will have the graphics and everything updated on the community tab. And if you see this on X, I will have it reposted on X. So shout out to everybody. And like I said, the purpose of this is to make sure everybody doesn't mess up on their first build, right? We don't want to waste money. We don't want to waste people's time. And I wanted to get, excuse me, I wanted to get this out before the creators start their builds tomorrow, right? So I want y'all to double check your builds with this updated spreadsheet and make sure the build that you plan on starting with tomorrow has the correct allotment for badge tokens. All right, and everybody else will probably be on Wednesday. So shout out to all the creators. Look forward to seeing the content tomorrow. 2K Mechanics signing out. I appreciate you guys for listening and watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace, y'all.